Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sonic Megadriven from SEGADriven.com and welcome back to our Sonic Hacking Contest 2022 coverage. In this episode we're taking a look at Sonic Megadriven, developed by Darkex. Now this is being featured in contest, and it's a very short demo actually. It's 2 acts of a stage called Sunset Coast and 1 act of Lost Temple. No bosses, and yeah, as we're going to find out with Lost Temple, a bit of a problem with that. But yeah, I was instantly drawn to this because Megadriven actually was the name of a little site I was running prior to doing SEGADriven. So yeah, I was just like, there's that word again. But yeah, completely unrelated to me, obviously. So yeah, I'll stop talking about myself. But yeah, it's a total conversion. This is new stages, new stage designs, new graphics, new music, new color palettes, new sprites and animation. And yeah, it's very much akin to Sonic Sunventure that we looked at first. It's just that the execution isn't quite as polished, unfortunately. I think the stage designs in this are not terrible, but definitely not as good as Sonic Sunventure. I definitely found myself just running into enemies a lot more. You couldn't anticipate upcoming enemies as well as you could in Sonic Sunventure. And the flow of the stages just didn't feel as nice, to be honest. It's a bit of a strange thing to describe, but for whatever reason, it just felt a little bit more, I don't know, thrown together. It just didn't feel like they had as much thought put into the stage layouts as Sonic Sunventure. It's just, yeah, a little bit jigsawy, unfortunately. It doesn't have the same sort of flow I would like from a Sonic stage. I would like that sort of a play-off between the speedy sections and the platforming, and unfortunately, this never really felt like it had it either or, to be honest. It just felt like you were always kind of being stilted and stopped in your path by enemies and very not well thought out tile pieces. You're just always running into walls and stuff as well. It's a bit of a strange one, this, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a real shame because they've given you quite a varied moveset here as well. You've obviously got the spin dash, you've got a peel out, and you've got the insta shield, which is kind of cool. And this is all working within the Sonic 1 engine, which is kind of fun. But yeah, it's just not there, unfortunately. I just didn't quite like the stage design. It felt very stop-start. It didn't really pick up pace at any given point, and it just didn't feel like it was particularly well designed. I was always running into walls and enemies, you know. It was just a bit of a shame. I think there needs to be better care and attention given to the stage design before this comes back for another demo. But visually I really liked it. I think the actual tile sets and colours they've used are really pretty. And I was especially impressed with Lost Temple. I think that's a very gorgeous looking level. Sonic Sprite's a little bit, I don't know, it doesn't quite animate as smoothly as I'd like it to. Sonic feels very bouncy and a bit stilted. I don't know how to describe it, to be honest with you. It's a bit of a strange one, but it's fine. Like, it's certainly functional. It doesn't look terrible. It's just a bit I think the animation's just not as smooth as I'd have liked it to have been. Now the big problem with this is Lost Temple. The first act is, as far as I can tell, impossible to complete. I couldn't get very far in this at all. I couldn't seem to find a way to progress. I tried running across, you know, the very top of the stage at one point, and no dice. It just sort of I hit a wall eventually and I just couldn't find my way through. And when you go underwater, I can't seem to get through these spikes or go through this area above there. There's no switches or anything. It's not very obvious, unfortunately. So yeah, a little bit broken. I wanted to actually finish the stage and experience more of what this had to offer. But unfortunately, no dice at the moment. This is I'm surprised this is in contest, to be honest with you, because it's very bare bones, and it doesn't feel like the execution is quite there at the moment. I need better flowing stages. I need one of the stages to actually work, and yeah, and then, you know, maybe there could be some enjoyment to be had from this. At the moment, it's just very pretty. I think that's the main takeaway from Sonic Megadriven. Very pretty hack. I love the new graphics and colours and sprites and animation. Maybe not so much Sonic's animation himself. I think it's not quite as smooth as I would have liked it to have been. But I actually really like the aesthetics. I think the presentation is gorgeous. But yeah, definitely needs some more time in the oven. Definitely work on the stage designs. And yeah, get that second stage working. I really want to explore more of that because it looks so pretty. But yeah, unfortunately, at the moment, definitely some improvements need to be made before I see this again.